Let's see here. Seems we just had lights out. Oh dear, we've got an incident into turn 1 as well, as Blockman's been shafted off the racetrack, heading around the Rettifilio chicane. Side by side, the leaders are making their way through Curva Grande, and it appears that we have a virtual safety car. That's good at the very least. So, okay, everyone's on the mediums except for Mighty Wombat, don't need that. Right, hopefully this is alright now. Seems that the application restart has worked somewhat. So hopefully we won't have any disconnects from the game now. Hopefully, but I won't be at all surprised if we do, because this game just can't help but be completely rubbish. Right. So we just had an incident at turn 1. Quite a few drivers involved. I believe Blockman is one of the major people involved. He's got damage to his front wing, a missing end plate to the right hand side, and that'll really hurt him for this race as we're back under green flag racing as the leaders head around the final corner Parabolica. So Blockman will have to pit to get that front wing fixed. Yellow flags are out. It's JBH, who was in second place, and he's tumbled down to 10th, 11th, now 12th position as Blockman goes in to get that front wing repaired, or at least replaced. But out in front, it's KD, who had a nice start from P1, Axis P2, followed by Captain Schmeg, then Nico in P4, Mighty Wombat in 5th, then Rafa in P6, Guitar Hero in 7th, then Collider, Hash, and Shizant rounds out the top 10. So a fairly topsy-turvy first lap for a few drivers. Shizant up 6 positions, Guitar Hero up 5, same with Rafa, Captain Schmeg up 4, and Axis as well up 4 positions. But it's a fair old gap to KD out in front, 1.8 seconds between the top 2 as it stands right now. Nico, who was on the front row, down in 4th place. He's trying to get by Captain Schmeg as they head out of the second Lesmo down towards Variante Ascari. You can see Nico following in the slipstream down towards turn 8. He looks to the inside here, but he won't be close enough to attack, not just yet anyway. Mighty Wombat in P5, so both McLarens in the top 5 as it stands. Followed by Rafa, 1.2 seconds off. Oh, and off the circuit is Guitar Hero, using all of the racetrack and then some to try and save the car. Collider right behind as well in P8, closing in towards Parabolica. Collider not in a position though to take P7 just yet, as KD sets a new fastest lap with a 22.6. No one being able to challenge that. Here comes Collider with a whole heap of speed. Powers past Guitar Hero. Sector 3 yellows, it's Motion God spinning out at Parabolica. He's moved down to 13th position. Guitar Hero close, but not close enough to counter-attack into turn 1. Nico still on the back of Captain Schmeg, unable to find a way by. Axis 1.7 seconds behind KD. I don't think that gap has really grown between the top 2, so it seems that KD and Axis are fairly even when it comes to pace. Oh, KD's made a mistake. He's gone straight on at Variante della Roggia. He has thrown away the race lead on lap 3. He's fallen down to 7th place. Hasn't fallen any further than that. He's now right in front of Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero, can he find a way by? Doesn't look like it. KD's got a lot of speed in that McLaren. Pulls away from the Aston Martin. But what a blow for KD. He put it on pole position. Had a comfy lead as well of over 1.5 seconds. But it seems that he's thrown it away at Della Roggia. New leader is Axis in the Aston Martin. Followed by Captain Schmeg. Then it's Nico in P3. Mighty Wombat P4. And Rafa up 6 positions in P5. Down the main straightaway we go, up towards Variante Rettifilio. Anyone in a position to attack here? Nico is closing in, but again, not by enough. Oh, and he overshoots turn 1. He's now compromised. Mighty Wombat closes in. Oh, but he has the moment himself out of turn 2. They now make their way around turn 3. Nico pulling away by a few hundredths every moment. And up towards Della Roggia. Blockman sets a new fastest lap at 22.5. He's on the recovery after what happened on lap 1. Field, though, already pretty spread out. It's only 4 laps into this race. We don't have any trains. Everybody is really, really spread out. This is one of the closer battles we have is for P5, Rafa, Collider, KD. A 3-car train battling for P5 on track. So head towards Ascari. Get rid of the lap data, we don't need that. Through turn 9 into turn 10. Heading down the back straightaway. Collider closing in, so is KD. It's heading towards Parabolica. Not quite in a position to attack, but Collider's put himself in a really nice position to try and get by on the main straightaway with DRS assistance. Here he comes, he's using a bit of battery as well to help him out. He'll open DRS and move to the inside and get by Rafa as if he was standing still. KD closing in as well, looking to the inside, sending it deep on the brakes. Not deep enough though to attack Rafa into turn 1, but he's compromised Rafa through turn 2, losing a whole heap of time to Collider, and now he has KD only 4/10 behind him, heading around Curva Grande. Yellow flags, Rafixer has crashed out. That is at the exit of Ascari. He's our first retirement of the race. Oh, and Rafa has another moment, this time at the exit of turn 5. And it appears, with that crash, no safety car will be deployed. There's Guitar Hero behind as well, closing in on this battle. DRS open for KD, sitting right in the slipstream of Rafa, closing in bit by bit, heading towards turn 8. Not close enough to attack here. Through turn 9, into turn 10. Down the back straightaway, Collider has crashed out. Oh, where is he? Oh, there he is there. And we have a virtual safety car. You can tell it's a virtual safety car. We got a full course yellow, but there's no yellow dot on the minimap. As Motion God gets by Fari there. And there is Collider's Alpine in the wall. Big time. How unfortunate. Into the pits comes KD, Hash, and Shizant. Hard tyres for KD. Hard tyres for Hash as well. Shizant, hard tyres too. So these guys taking an early one stop compared to their rivals. A few drivers staying out though, as Rafixer understandably has left the session. Rightio. Virtual safety car has ended. DRS is now enabled and we're back under green flag racing. Guitar Hero on the back of Rafa by 0.6 of a second. You'll be closing in down this straightaway towards Ascari. But Guitar Hero didn't get a great run out of Ascari. Out of the second Lesmo, I should say. KD gets by Motion God into P9. Through Ascari goes these two. Guitar Hero losing time through the corners, suggesting he might be running a 0-0 wing setup because he's got an awful lot of straight line speed. You can see him closing in on Rafa by a few hundreds by every straightaway. So yeah, Guitar Hero's got some serious straight line speed in that Aston Martin. He will close in by quite a bit here down the main straightaway towards Variante Retifilia. Down towards turn 1. Gains quite a few tenths, but he's not quite close enough to attack Rafa into turn 1. Nico's still hovering behind Captain Schmeg by half a second. Axis, meanwhile, in front, pulling away. KD has overtaken Fari as well for P8 on track. He's now got a lot of work to do to catch up to JBH, 18.6 seconds. But he does have the advantage of pitting under a virtual safety car. Seems that Fari has lost a few more positions. He's now down to 11th place. Being overtaken by a few cars at the first chicane. Here comes Nico though with DRS open, closing in. Not by enough though it seems to attack into turn 8. Yeah, Fari's being absolutely swamped here. Dropped all the way down to 12th position. Oh, as Hash goes down the inside of Blockman. Blockman has to go off the racetrack to avoid him. So does Fari to avoid Blockman. Deary me. Out of the first Lesmo, up towards the second. Blockman right on the back of the AlphaTauri, heading out to turn 7. Will open DRS. Blockman, where will he move? He'll look to the inside here, heading down towards turn 8. He'll outbreak the AlphaTauri and move through into 11th position. Shizant behind is going to try and find a way by as well. Running a little bit wide. He'll switch on the battery, follow in the slipstream. And he'll try and create a move here. That's Parabolica. Not quite. But Fari runs wide, leaving the door wide open for Shizant to get by. And he's going to walk through that door pretty easily. He's into P12. Blockman's got a bit of catching up to do. 1.7 seconds to Hash in front. And those soft tyres have definitely seen better days, being 6 laps old. Hash closing in on Motion God. So we might see a battle for P9 in a few moments. KD with a whole heap of clear air in front of him. He's pushing like hell to try and make these tyres work, try and make this strategy work. Especially after his mistake on lap 3. Nico's still just hovering behind Captain Schmeg. Hasn't quite got the pace to get by. Got plenty of battery to his name though, 70, 80 odd %. Compared to Captain Schmeg, who is in the teens when it comes to battery life. I think they're 17%. Down the main straightaway towards turn 1. Captain Schmeg seems to be pretty even pace with Axis as well. So the top 2 pretty even. Nico, it seems he's got pace as well, but he's just not in a position to attack. And it seems as well, he had a fairly poor run through turns 1 and 2. He lost about 0.4 of a second to Captain Schmeg through that complex. And Wombat in P4 on the hard tyre, looking pretty solid on that alternate strategy. He's also got fairly low fuel in the car. He's got 0.41 laps of extra fuel, so he's running pretty even. Rebellion goes into the pits, more than likely to move on to the hard compound tyre. Hash, Motion God, and Blockman. The battle's on for P9, 10, and 11. They head through Curva Grande. Heading up towards turn 4. Blockman right on the back of the Ferrari, trying to find a way by. Looking to the inside here at turn 4. Sends it in deep. Hash gives him room, and Hash hangs on to the position. Now Shizant closes in on this battle. It's now a 4-car fight. Both Red Bulls, Hash and Blockman. It's definitely on. Around the second Lesmo. Or running wide, Shizant just a little bit. DRS Hopen heading up towards Verdiante Ascari as Nico finally gets by Captain Schmeg down the inside at turn 1. Nico now into P2. His sights are set on the race leader, Axis. Up towards Parabolica. Motion God still at the front of this queue. But how long will he stay there? Hash loses time through Parabolica. He's now 7/10 behind. Blockman's going to duck off into pit lane to get onto the hard compound tyre. DRS open for Hash, closing in on Motion God. But I don't think he'll close in by enough to attack into turn 1. No, he isn't close enough. So he'll have to stay behind. Meanwhile, Captain Schmeg has lost time to Nico. He's outside of DRS range of the championship leader. And he's still losing time. So it seems that Nico's got the measure over Captain Schmeg. And he's closing in on Axis as well. So he's definitely got pace in that AlphaTauri. In the background, Rafa having a small moment at the exit of Ascari, I did notice. He's currently P5, 6.8 seconds behind Wombat. And into the pits goes Nico. An early stop for Nico. And he'll be moving most likely onto the hard compound tyre. Most certainly the hards. Up go the jacks. On goes the hard tyre. And away he leaves. Nice and simple. JBH in as well. Same strategy as Nico. And he moves on to the hard tyre. Now into Parabolica. Motion God, Hash and Shizant are still battling for position. Down the main straightaway, you can see Hash has a flashing light on the back of the car. He's low on battery. Shizant, though, doesn't have the straight line speed to attack into turn 1. He looks to the inside, though, and sends it in deep. And he gets in front of the Ferrari. Shizant is now into P10. Meanwhile, KD, he's now 3.6 seconds behind Nico. So, oh, and yellow flags are out. It's Fari, I think. Yes, it is in the AlphaTauri. Making a mistake at the exit of turn 2. And he'll tumble down the leaderboard down to 15th position. And here comes Rebellion as well. Down in 16th place, not having a great race. Axis is in. Mighty Wombat stays out. Captain Schmeg comes in. The Wombat, he's going long on those hard tyres. Probably going to try and reach lap 17 or so. This Collider, understandably, has left the session. Onto the hard rubber. And away Captain Schmeg leads. So where does Nico come out relative to those two? Well, there's Axis, and there is Captain Schmeg. So, has the undercut worked? Not massively, but Axis needs to get those tyres up to temperature. So he will lose a little bit of time. Gap between the two cars is 1.6 seconds, and it is closing. Out of Curva Grande, heading up towards Della Roggia. Closes in a little bit more through turn 4, through turn 5. Hitting those apexes absolutely spot on. He did have a little wiggle though at the exit of turn 5, but it didn't cost him too much time. In fact, he's within a second of Axis. So the undercut has worked. It's got him to within a second, and he has DRS now. He's going to close in on Axis very, very quickly. In fact, he's already half a second behind. Hash has now got to deal with the two Red Bulls as Shizen runs wide and into the wall he goes. Oh, his second accident here at the exit of the second Lesmo, and we have a safety car. He did it in qualifying. He's now done it in the race. Shizen is out of the Italian Grand Prix. Hash having to come to a stop to avoid getting a drive-through penalty. He evidently wasn't paying too much attention to the Delta. Guitar Hero, he's going to come out in P7 here behind KD. And he's on fresh rubber, so he's looking pretty good. So what does Mighty Wombat do? This is a bit of an early pit stop to move on to the medium compound tyre, but I think you've got to take the opportunity. You can't be a pit stop behind your rivals. You really can't afford that. So I think Wombat, he has to come in. Rafa is definitely coming in to get off the medium tyre onto the hard tyre. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out relative to everybody else, as Blockman gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. Now Blockman, what will you move on to? Set of mediums, set of hards? Set of hards. He'll get to the end on those quite easily. Black Baller on a set of mediums. Fari comes in for a set of hard compound tyres. Wombat, yeah, you have to come in. Can't afford to stay out and be a pit stop behind everybody, especially here at Monza. Rafa comes in as well, as expected. Medium compound tyres for Wombat. Way he leaves clean stop. Rafa, he'll move on to the hard compound tyre. Nice and simple. Now Nico will come out in front of Wombat, so will Axis. So Wombat will come out in P3 on a set of medium compound tyres. And now the leaders will line up behind the safety car. Rightio. So our current order: Nico, P1, followed by Axis, then Mighty Wombat. Captain Schmeg is P4. KD has recovered to 5th place after his incident earlier. Rafa's P6 in the Williams, followed by Guitar Hero, then JVH. Hash is coming out of the pits on a set of medium tyres, old medium tyres. I don't know why he's on those. Those won't make it, that's for sure. You got to remember as well, in these races now, you've only got one set of mediums. It's not like previous games where you had two. You've only got the one set. Got to make that one set work. Motion God and Renault are both on the soft tyre. I'm not sure what their game plan is, but I don't think their tyres will make it. Rebellion is next, followed by Black Baller, then Fari. Blockman, he's moved back onto a set of medium compound tyres. He's still in the pit lane for some reason. Now he leaves. Don't know why he was held up for so long. Look at the field. They're all over the place trying to get their tyres up to temperature. So only one penalty as of now next to a driver's name, and that is Hash in P9. He has 3 seconds next to his name. Blockman did have 5 seconds for speeding in the pits earlier. I guess that's why he went into pit lane, to serve that 5-second time penalty. Now he's got a bit of catching up to do. It'll be interesting to see whether he decides to stay on the on the medium tyre or move back onto the hard tyre as well. Be very interesting to see. In terms of position change as well, the field is well and truly scrambled. A lot of drivers have gained places though. Nico up 1, Axis up 4, Wombat up 1, Captain Schmeg up 3. KD down 4 from pole position in 5th place right now. Rafa up 5, Guitar Hero up 5. JBH qualified 8, he's still 8th. Hash up 1, Motion Guard up 4, Renner Jr. up 2, Rebellion down 3, but he now has the opportunity to try and make up more places. Black Baller up 2, Fari up 4, and Blockman down 12. He's had a torrid race so far, but this is his golden ticket to try and make a result of this race. Now what will he do here? Will he go into pit lane or will he stay out? He'll stay out. Why not? I mean, you got nothing to lose on those mediums. You'll have plenty of grip on them too for a while. Why not? Might as well go for it. Alrighty. We should be doing at least one more lap behind the safety car as well. Yeah, we will be. What graphic should we have it on? Probably don't need a graphic right now. Just need to wait. Suppose it'll give us ample time to have a look at the Ferrari as well. The new livery that was added into the game to celebrate 75 years as an automotive manufacturer. Quite a historic moment for the Italian team. And quite a nice looking car as well. I love the yellow highlights. It complements the car very, very nicely as Renner Jr. actually goes into the pits. And added in as well as the yellow pit crew. Makes them stand out. Really, really stand out. But I think my favourite part of the design is the Ferrari logo. The old Ferrari logo on the rear wing. It's a nice addition. Because that rear wing is rather dull with it being completely empty and just carbon fibre. But that Ferrari logo, bright yellow Ferrari logo, it just adds quite a lot to the front profile of the car. I quite like it. So even when they revert back to sort of the standard red livery, I hope they keep that Ferrari logo on the rear. I think it looks fantastic. Now, this should be the final lap behind the safety car as well. We get to see an entertaining finish to this Italian Grand Prix. Renault has caught up to the tail of the train. So the safety car light should go out at the beginning of the final sector. Most certainly do. And away goes the virtual burned Maylander. And it's down to Nico to control the field, dictate the pace for the race restart. Seabags with the red logo on the back. The red doesn't contrast. Oh, goodness, that's Captain Schmeg losing control. Oh, and he bunches the field up. Oh, no, no, no. And everybody's checking up because they can't pass. Oh, Captain Schmeg has actually left the session. Oh, my goodness me. It's shafted quite literally everybody behind the top three. And away goes Nico. The race has restarted. It's lap 17 of 27. We got 11 laps to go, and everyone behind P4 has been screwed. Royally screwed. Oh, that's... oh. That is incredibly unfortunate for everybody. Got some battles going on here, side-by-side stuff between Rebellion and Black Baller. Rebellion gets in front into P11. He's on the recovery drive. Renner Jr. getting by down the inside of Curva Grande. He's into P14. Lockman behind as well in P13, trying to make the most of those tyres. Renner up the inside. What a move. Averiante Della Roggia. He's into 13th. Renner is not mucking around. He is getting a move on. Top 3, meanwhile. Oh, my goodness. It's like they found a pot of gold. Top 3 and a gap of 4 seconds to the next car, which is now KD. It's now a 3-car fight at the front. Oh, no one's going to be happy about that. No one's going to be happy about that. Down the main straightaway. It's now lap 18 of 27. We've got 10 laps to go here at the Temple of Speed. This fight is not over between these three. So long as Axis stays within a second of Nico and Wombat stays in this fight, this is going to go towards the final lap as Captain Schmeg has rejoined the session. That is so peculiar. So what on earth happened to him? He disconnected from the session. And I guess the AI perhaps decided to come to a dead stop. I have no idea. But for whatever reason, he made some sort of mistake, or his car went off the racetrack, or his Guitar Hero has to cut the inside of turn 5. Rafa goes through into P6, and JBH looking down the inside now, trying to create something, but he has to stay behind in P7. Yeah, it looked like Captain Schmeg went off the racetrack, then his car came to a stop, then he DC'd. He's now rejoined. He's in 5th position, 3.5 seconds behind KD. And he's back behind the wheel of his car now. You can see his car has stopped ghosting. He's in control. JBH trying to find a way by. Guitar Hero wants to get involved in this fight as they head down towards Parabolica. In towards the famous right-hander JBH and Guitar Hero side by side. Guitar Hero runs wide. Loses himself time. And now Hash closes in to join this battle. Down the main straightaway we go as DRS is now enabled. Hash in the slipstream of the Aston Martin. Looking to the outside at the beginning of turn 1. Goes deep under brakes, but so does Guitar Hero. Both cars pull up. And Guitar Hero hangs on to P8. Renner Jr. has overtaken Rebellion as well. That was for P11. JBH 2/10 behind Rafa. Can he close in here? Not quite. Not really in a position to attack into turn 5. Blockman has overtaken Rebellion as well. That was for P12. Rafa gets a decent enough run, I think, to hang on to P6. And now Captain Schmeg controlling his car is now pulling away from Rafa. Wombat right on the back of Axis. Still... oh, spinning into the barriers! What he's doing! He's destroyed his front wing and destroyed his chances of a race win. They've gone out the window and he's tumbled down to 5th place. Now down to 6th place. Oh, dearie me, the ghosting system kicking in at just the right time. And he's tumbled down to 8th position. And he's going to tumble down even more. He has to repair that front wing. His race for the win is over. Contact into the wall goes Guitar Hero. Oh no, Guitar Hero is out of the Grand Prix. Will we see a safety car or even any sort of yellows? Not really. Oh dearie me, JBH and Guitar Hero came together at the exit of Parabolica and Guitar Hero got the short end of the stick, that's for sure. He was shafted into the barrier and he's out of the Grand Prix. What remains then is a battle between the top two of Nico and Axis. We've got a battle on here between Renner and Motion God as they head into Variante Della Roggia. Through goes Renner into 8th place. He now has to close in on JBH, who is battling Hash down the inside at the first Lesmo curve. Now Renault closes in, trying to battle his teammate into the second Lismo curve. It's a 5-car train as they head down the straightaway towards Ascari. Renault in the slipstream of his teammate. Where will he look here? To the inside, to the outside. Blockman's through into 9th place. No, Renault has to stay behind, but Blockman closes in to join this battle. Out to Variante Ascari, down the back straightaway towards Parabolica. Look at this train. They're all fighting for sheep stations out there. My goodness. Around Parabolica, the final turn on the racetrack. Oh, Hash runs wide. He has to use the runoff area on the outside. That compromises his run down the main straightaway as Motion God goes into pit lane. Down the main straight we go. Renner not closing in. Blockman not closing in. JBH defending the inside line from Hash, who goes straight on. Adretafilio rejoins down in 7th, down in 8th place. His teammates overtaken him. Blockman closes in as well. Looking around the outside at Curva Grande at turn 3. He gets the position. He's in front into P8. What a costly mistake from Hash. Oh, and Black Ball almost goes into the back of him as that rubs salt into the wound. A 3-second time penalty. He cut too much of turn 4, and as a result he got a warning. And from that, a 3-second time penalty. Axis is on the back of Nico as well. Actually, he's lost a fair bit of time through Ascari. He lost about 4 or 5 tenths of a second through that complex alone. But he was right on the back of Nico heading into that section. JBH still hanging on to 6th. A retirement. It's Fari at the exit of the second Lesmo. And we have a safety car. We have another safety car. Right. This will bunch up the field again. So because the leaders passed the safety car while it was exiting the pits, we will have to do another lap around the racetrack to catch up. Few drivers coming in, taking the opportunity to move on to the soft tyre. Double stack for Ferrari as well. So soft tyres for Renault, soft tyres for Hash. Everyone's moving on to the soft tyre for this final phase of the Grand Prix. You're kidding. We're going to have like a 4-lap dash to the checkered flag, it seems. What do the leaders do? Do they keep track position? Do they move on to the soft tyre? Me personally, I would try and keep track position. It's tough enough to pass around here as it is. But I don't know what the drivers are thinking. Do they want the fresh tyres? Or do they want track position? Let's find out, I guess. Let's find out. Around Parabolica. Nico's coming in, so is Axis. The top 2 are into pit lane. KD, what does he do? Does he follow? He does. He's going in. They're taking the opportunity to pit. Captain Schmeg's coming into pit lane too. JBH will stay out. Blockman comes in. So JBH will take the initiative. He will take track position and he becomes the new race leader. Rebellion's coming through as well. He's going to overtake Nico. He's in P2 now. But everyone else behind is on fresh tyres. Fresh, soft, compound tyres. What an ending this is going to turn out to be. JBH is behind the safety car. Rebellion catching up. Now the field will stack up. I'm quite surprised with how many people decided to go for the fresh tyres over track position. Only 2 drivers in the remaining 13 cars have elected to go for track position over the tyres. Only 2. Can they make it work? JBH and Rebellion at the front of the field. They do have to be mindful. They're on the hard tyre. So behind the safety car their tyre temps are going to drop quite considerably. So they need to keep working hard, keep the weaving going, so they keep their tyres in an optimal temperature range. Now I'm thinking we'll do one more lap behind the safety car, because the field hasn't properly caught up just yet. And then we'll go back under green flag racing, which will mean a 3-lap dash to the checkered. 3 laps to sort this all out. Now, if any other drivers get time penalties, they're going to play a big effect in the final result. As of right now, only one driver has a time penalty. That is Hash. In 11th, he has 6 seconds now next to his name. Probably get rid of the other graphics now. It's just the race to the checkered from here on out. Nothing else matters. The tyres don't matter. We know that the top 2, they're on the hard tyre. Everyone else is on softs. And they're going to send it. They're absolutely going to send it. Hash has got 6 seconds. He's the only driver with a time penalty right now. Everyone else, absolutely squeaky clean. This is going to be an interesting final 3 laps. See, JBH trying to keep temperature in his tyres. His tyres hovering at the high 80s as of right now. Down towards Ascari. The lights should go out on the safety car. They don't. Now they do. So that was a little bit late from the safety car. The Bermelander will head back into pit lane. And JBH will control the field. Now, last time we did a safety car restart, Captain Schmeck had an issue. And he's left the session again. So he's having connection issues. Rightio. Hopefully that doesn't impede anybody. But JBH coming around Parabolica as Guitar Hero has left as well. This is it. The race to the checkered flag is go. JBH takes off. And we're back on the green flag racing here at Monza. And Nico's on the attack. So is Axis. It's going to be 3 wide, heading towards the opening chicane. Axis has the inside line. He sends it in deep. Oh, and both guys get by Rebellion. Nico battling now with Axis at the exit of turn 2. He has a wiggle. Oh, and Rebellion goes off. Oh, and he's almost into the wall. He tumbles down the leaderboard. Nico behind Axis by 2.5 tenths, heading into Variante della Roggia. Turns 4 and 5. JBH, meanwhile, he's got a 1.1 second lead. But he's got 2.5 laps to try and hold off the 2 behind him. Meanwhile, KD and P4, 1.1 seconds behind. He's not in a position yet to attack, but he needs to push like hell. Try and catch up. Definitely won't be easy to catch up. Captain Schmeg, the AI in P5. Rafa P6, followed by Renner. Then Blockman, Blackballer, Hash, and Motion God. The final 2 positions is Mighty Wombat and Rebellion. Axis is now 4 tenths behind JBH as Captain Schmeg has rejoined the session. Around Parabolica we go. The gap shrinks to 2 tenths of a second. Heading out of the famous final turn. Down the main straightaway we go. Axis is in a position to attack. Pulls out of the slipstream. Sets fastest lap and draws alongside JBH, who is trying to fight. It's a drag race to turn 1. Who's got the better brakes? It seems to be the Aston Martin, who now has the inside line at turn 2. Forces JBH a little bit wide. Now Nico joins in the fight as they head towards Curva Grande. Renner Jr. tumbles down the order. He's in the gravel trap on the outside of turn 2. He's down to 9th place. Blockman overtaking Captain Schmeg. Nico overtaking JBH down the inside of turn 4. Through turn 5. Up towards turn 6 they go. JBH gets a nice run, but he won't be able to send it down the inside here at turn 6. No way in the world he'll be able to try and get Nico there. Through turn 7 goes the race leaders. Down the straightaway towards Ascari. Captain Schmeg, Blockman rather, has had a moment. He's down 2 places, down to 8. He now has Renner Jr. right behind him, heading down the straightaway towards Ascari. Hatch has had a moment. He's crashed. He's crashed out at the exit of the second Lesmo, just like Shizant. We're down to 12 cars. 0.4 of a second separating the top 2, and Nico's in the prime position to take the race lead on this final lap. He won't have DRS though down the main straight as Renner Jr. spins out. This is at the exit of Ascari. He's down to 12th. Down the main straightaway we go. Nico sets a new fastest lap, a 21.5. You can see that flashing red light at the back of the Aston Martin. Axis is low on battery. Into turn 1, 0.2 of a second separating these guys. KD is closing in as well. The best he can hope for is 3rd place unless Axis and Nico get into trouble. Around Curva Grande we go. Black Baller and Blockman battling for position, and sideways is Blockman. And contact almost off the road. There goes Blockman. The 2 making contact at the exit of turn 2. Down the inside, Blockman looks here at Curva Grande as Nico overtakes Axis. A spin for Axis. He tumbles down the order to 4th place. And he half spins again. Into the gravel trap he goes. He's down to 6. Now down to 7th, 8th place. Oh dear, oh dear. Now it's just a clear road in front of Nico. All he needs to do is get through Ascari and Parabolica unscathed, and he will take another win in this series. KD closing in, but not by enough to attack into Ascari. He's got one final corner to get by JBH, and that's at Parabolica. Speaking of which, Nico making his way up towards it for the final time. It's going to be another win for the AlphaTauri driver to extend his championship lead in the Americas Series. Out to Parabolica, up towards the line. It's Nico who wins the Italian Grand Prix, and JBH will hang on to 2nd position in front of KD, who completes the podium. Then it's a Williams 4-5, followed by Black Baller. Blockman drops down to 10th position. Motion God is in 7th, followed by Monty Wombat. Axis, oh dear, Axis down in 9th position. He was at the front of the field at the beginning of the final lap. He finishes just inside of the top 10. Rafa given driver of the day for his performance. We'll see the results in a few moments' time. But first, the corridor of celebration for our race winner, who is once again, it's just Nico. He's had a superb start to this season. He won at Spa. He won at Zandvoort. He now wins here at Monza. 3 wins on the trot. What else can I say? JBH will end up finishing P2, and KD will complete the podium in 3rd. So, the unofficial final results of the Italian Grand Prix. Nico takes the win plus fastest lap, so a full complement of points for our championship leader. JBH will end up finishing P2, followed by KD in P3. Rafa, our driver of the day, from 11th, he finishes 4th. Captain Schmeg, P5, making it a solid race for Williams. Black Baller, P6, then Motion God in 7th. Mighty Wombat in 8th, Axis 9th, and Blockman rounds out the top 10. Rebellions is next in 11th, followed by Renner Jr. Hash is classified a few laps down in 13th. And Retirement, Fari, Guitar Hero, Shizant, Collider, and Refixer down in 18th. Another dramatic race here on the Americas Series. It's becoming quite a consistent thing. That's why I love it so much. There's always something happening in the Americas Series. And apologies for the connection issues. I have no idea what that was about during qualifying. I have no clue. just this game just being peak rubbish, per usual. So, oh no, I'm exhausted after the end of that. Back started to get sore talking so much. You know a race is good when your back starts to get sore. Oh. Just breathing in and out a lot. Oh, but no, that was fun. I definitely enjoyed watching that for the bits and bobs that I did. Okay, Axis, it was just driver error. I know you two were quite close at the final lap, but they didn't quite capture it. There was so much going on in those final few laps. I wanted to try and cover all of it, and yeah, that's just really unfortunate, man. I feel for you. But I think we've all done that with a few laps to go. You're in a decent place, and then you just throw it away with one tiny mistake. It happens. Especially at racetracks where you have traction zones, tricky traction zones. Tracks that have tight chicanes like Monza, like Canada. Canada's another great example where you can just lose at a corner exit and there's no saving the car. It's really unfortunate. No. It does happen from time to time. Oh, you did get rear-ended. Sorry, I misread your message. Oh, alright. Well, if that's the case, I'm sure there will be incident reports put in. I imagine there would be a few incident reports after this one. There was a fair bit of drama, so... Well, no, that's a bit of a different story then if that happened. But no, unlucky either way, Axis. Could have been a podium, just wasn't to be. But, I think, folks, I'll wrap everything up. Again, apologies for the cut in stream. It was necessary. It did seem to fix it, restarting the app. Thank goodness. We managed to get pretty much the entirety of the race. We missed a little bit of the race start, but we got all of it, so that's the main thing. But I think with everything said and done, it's time for us to end the stream. I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for round 4 of the championship at the brand new Miami International Autodrome for the Miami Grand Prix. Bit of an unknown for all of us heading into next week, especially considering it's also the first sprint round of the championship. So it'll be interesting to see how the drivers fare with the new race format and also the brand new circuit. But until then, it's goodbye.